Good evening. And welcome to this first stream that is not on my regular schedule. I just got done playing some games with my brother and I thought, well, why not go live for an hour or two? Maybe longer. We'll see. And let's see how many people we can get on a Monday evening. It is of course the holidays, which should help out things a bit. So far we're at 2 viewers. I wonder who you are. And I would invite you to say something in the chat. I hope we can definitely get some more. But anyway, to anyone who's there, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh, hello Mr. Consti. Welcome to the stream and greetings back to Canada. I'm actually waiting for a bot in my Discord server to announce it there that I'm live, but that sometimes takes a few minutes. So people might not know that I'm live yet, but I also don't want to do it myself because then the bot will also do it and then we'll have 2 notifications. What's up, TV Frame Rater? Welcome to the stream. Ah, we got some more people. Welcome. Unclear hate and sparkliness. Double announcement means double the people. It also means annoyed people. Because some people don't like access Discord notifications. You waited the whole day for this. That's interesting, because this is unscheduled. I decided that I would live stream about 5 minutes ago. Well, actually, I wanted to live stream quite a bit earlier today, but then my brother messaged me. Was like, want to play a bit of Age of Empires, and we hadn't done it in a while, so sure. But, you know, we stopped playing about 10 minutes ago, and I thought, well, why not still go live? So, now that we have a few people here, let's start. Or, actually, let's continue where we left off yesterday. And that's this one. Okay, there is quite a bit of lag. Okay, let me try something. Hang on. While you guys get to enjoy the newest area, I am going... Actually, let me zoom out a bit so you can see more of the park. Oh, greetings back to Australia, Mike is jelly. I am going to download an older release and let's see if it goes smoother on that. So, let's get version 0.2.5. I need this installer. It's not only 1080p anymore. Well, that's not because of me, that's because of Twitch. Because sometimes when they have extra bandwidth left over or something, then they allow for those different options for people who are not partners yet. Okay, I'm currently installing a 9-month-old build. I wanted to do this before the stream, but I got distracted. And it installs really quickly anyway. Okay, so I'll quit this version and I'll start the other version. The exotic Netherlands. Yeah, so far away. Alright. There we go. This is an older version. It currently gives no sound, so let me fix that. There we go. And let's load up the old park. This is so much smoother. Look at this. The difference is massive. This is just 9 months difference. This is a 9-month-old build. And this is just smooth as a baby's bottom. I can even speed it up 4 times without too much lag. Like, this is less lag than we had in the other build. On normal speed. Are there many differences? Well, the main difference that I was careful about was if I still have my hotkeys for doing this. But I knew that that feature's over a year old, so I knew that I was safe with a 9-month-old build. And other than that, well, one feature that is gone now, which I'm actually happy with, is this. I can actually build a bumblebee again. A bumblebee. Because they haven't, quote-unquote, fixed the looping clearances yet. Because they didn't fix it, they messed it up. So that you can't even build some pre-builds anymore. You know, it's probably more realistic or whatever. But I'm definitely going to make an issue on the GitHub page about the lag. Because I knew that it steadily got worse. But the difference is insane. It's truly massive. This is very, this is perfectly smooth. Even at times 2, it's almost perfectly smooth. And this is just so much difference. Once I put it in a video, I'll make a short video about it. And, I'll upload it on my second channel or whatever. As a comparison. And the difference is insane. I really like this new mining area. Thank you. I like it as well. With a nice mining coaster. But I'm most proud of this. Hey Andre, welcome back to the stream. I really like this. This is the first time I've ever done something like this with the staggered waterfalls. And I think it works really well. Let's see if we can still add a little bit to that. What if I build some of these bull rushes here? Okay, before we start, let's turn on some cheats. I don't like rain and I don't want my plant to age. Nothing special, just some cheats that make the stream look a bit prettier. Because let's face it, rain is not particularly nice to look at. Oh, hello TTD Gaming, or TTG Gaming. I'm pretty good, thank you. Had a nice day today, played some Minecraft, played some Age of Empires. And I'm now playing some Roller Coaster Tycoon. Is it hard to pronounce German words as Dutch? Well, I have an easier time than most English people, definitely. But there are still some words that I can't pronounce. There's some... I can't think of many at the moment, but there have been times when I tried to pronounce certain German words and I just couldn't. Escape from the IRL rain. Yeah. It's been raining all day here. So one downside is that you don't have a rock scenery item. You have the fruit drop, which you can color and which people do, and then they do it as a rock. But I think that that's really ugly. Like, this is not remotely a rock. It's just like people have been making clouds with the candy floss stall. Like, then they build a lot next to each other. And then this is supposed to be a cloud. Like, I get it, you're creative. And sure, I get how it's supposed to look like a cloud. But it's still ugly. And sure, it's creative if you're doing no custom scenery objects, also known as NCSO. Looks like an egg carton. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, hey, one of these mics. I remember you. Welcome back to another stream. And welcome back to a lagless stream. Well, not lagless. If I do this, it still lags. Big time. But I can at least fast forward ×4 without excessive lag. Ah, K-Shizzle, back again. Good to see you. You're always here. It's 2:40 AM in India. Well, have a good night's sleep, because that's quite late. And it's going well, K-Shizzle. Or just, I should say Shizzle. It's a bit more informal, I suppose. Okay, what I want to do today... Oh, hey, that glitch is still there. Sometimes you can see in the waterfall tiny icy lines. Which I think is because the... No, actually, that's not the color of the wall. Those white lines. It's just a glitch, graphical glitch. Nothing important. Oh, welcome to the first stream, count-based. So, what I want to do today is start working, well, basically expanding, which is start working around the mountain a bit. I think especially this area would do nice. So, let's start expanding here. Ooh, but before we do that, I need to actually build some stalls on top of here. Because I kind of forgot about that. Huh, when I had just built it, this was extremely crowded, but now it's more like the rest of the park. Okay, let's do some food stalls. You know, you want some pizza when you're here. And pizza is a great food anyway. Let's do a first aid room right at the exit. And let's build, of course, which... Actually, I got the idea to build some stalls here because I saw balloons. And I was like, I need to build a balloon stall there. With icy colored balloons. Will you give some purpose for the channel points? Yes, I was thinking about that yesterday, but I hadn't come to that yet. Maybe I'll do something like, if you spend this many channel points, I'll let you, name a guest or pick a ride to build. But then the problem is, if 10 people pick a ride to build at once, I can't build all those rides. Because I've watched streamers who have different kind of, who have that kind of channel points. But the issue is that they only have a few viewers, like 10 at a time. So they will never have 10 or 20 requests at a time if people do that. You can put a cooldown on your channel channel point rewards. Okay, so that what happened to you yesterday won't happen. When like 50 people ask you to drink and you drowned yourself. He didn't actually drown himself, by the way. He is still alive. But it was close. I had to rescue him. But dogs are very resilient, so he survived. Hey, 69 viewers. Nice. Yes, that never gets old. You know what I should do? No, actually, why should I? I was like, I should build some flat rides, but I always build some flat rides in every area I make, so I don't have a shortage of flat rides. Okay, I did not know that. I'll look into channel points for the next stream then. Yeah, I just took a sip, so I've drank some water. I always have a bottle of water on my table when I stream. So, I kind of want to build, well, not necessarily a coaster, but a themed tracked ride. I suppose it could be like a miniature railway, but that would be a little bit odd. Could be a car ride, could be a coaster, obviously. Could be any of the other tracked rides, a go-kart or a water ride. What do you guys think? Splash boats. That's not a bad idea. We don't have it yet. Let's actually do that. I can make it go up the hill, then a big drop. Can you sacrifice someone to the RCT gods? Of course. Always needs to happen. Also, someone asked what... Oh, right, yes, I need to, of course, enable that thing. No, not here. There we go. Now you guys can spawn again. What Marcel we're on? I don't know, but I believe we're on Marcel the 12th. I'm not entirely sure, though. But let's go with it. 12. Is this correct? I don't know how to spell it. I hope this is correct. Alright, we don't need a long station because the amount of boats that you can get is not dependent on the station length. Alright, time for a big drop. This can be a bit taller. And this will be a very big drop. I don't... Considering the fact that I don't know how to spell 12th, I don't think we've had it yet. Because I can't remember trying to spell it before. Okay, photo section down here. There's no V in it, right? I put an F there. I mean, maybe there is. I mean, I just said I don't know how to spell it, so... Might very well be a V there. Okay, there is an F. Okay, I did write it correctly then. So, I don't remember who, but someone asked if I could pronounce German words because I'm Dutch. But Schliek is in the chat, and that is German, I believe, and I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. So, hey, award for best roller coasters. So, even though I'm Dutch, I still have trouble with German words. Not all of them, of course. But quite a few. Hello, Mafusta. Welcome to the stream. Also, I downloaded the Better TTV and Franker Z extensions. And it said I should have the emotes now. So I'm not entirely sure. Other than that, I don't particularly care for myself, but if you guys want them. I'm also not sure how it works. Do I somehow have to install them or something for them to work? So that you guys can do them? Okay, I'm seeing some emotes, so it appears to work. Okay, I'm going to make this one long. Nah, exactly. Let's go in the ground again. Oh, so that they work on my overlay. Ah, right. That's what it was all about. Actually, let's keep going up. And let's do a final drop. Okay, I need one more space. There we go. Now I have exactly enough space. Okay, let's test it. Let's fix this already. So, because we now have a build that doesn't lag from here to Tokyo, we can actually do this. You know, fast forward. And it doesn't take forever to get up this hill. Alright, let's have a look. It might reach 100 kilometers an hour. Oh, I can't zoom. Right. Forgot about that. That's one thing that this version doesn't have. It's extra zoom levels. But I am willing to give up those extra zoom levels to prevent any additional lag. Because I can still sort of zoom by using the scaling factor. The only difference between this and a regular zoom is that now all the icons are twice as big. And with a regular extra zoom that they've recently added, the icons stay the same size. So, I'm willing to give that up. Now, this is going to be a hell of a long ride. In fact, with only 2 seconds between them, we don't even have enough boats to have a continuous stream of boats in the station. Now the question is, Water Mountain Runner. It's not a bad name suggestion, but maybe we'll get a themed name suggestion. Because I was about to ask, do you guys have any ideas for a theme? Did you ever do a speedrun of all the scenarios? Well, speaking about lag, no. And part of that is because the lag got increasingly worse. I wanted to do speedruns of like all RCT1 based scenarios or all RCT2 based scenarios. But even when I tried it and I wanted to beat Dirklink's time, I already got much more lag than he did, which was particularly a problem on extreme hills where you need 4,500 guests. Okay, rainforest, dinosaur. I can combine that. Then I'll make this green. And we'll increase this a bit. 6 seconds. We still don't have the stats. This ride is very long. Boat 1 is here now. Because this takes forever. Why is lag such an issue now? It's always been an issue. Even in this version, it's already much worse than in a version from 2 years ago, for example. It's probably because they changed stuff which requires more calculation, more advanced path, more advanced guest AI, or something like that. Jungle Runner. Alright, we'll do Jungle Runner. Wait, do I actually have dinos available? Okay, so I don't have dinos available, and I don't know if I can make them available. But let's see what I can do. Object selection. If I just disable, for example, if I disable Egyptian theming, I might get a few items of space. Since these ones that I've already used will stay, and ones that I haven't used will go. Same goes for mining theme. Martian and space. Which means that we get some space. Yes, now I can do the full Jurassic theming. And we have all the items that we've already used are here. Which is pretty much a random collection of items now. It's still not done. God, this ride is long. But it might just have the highest excitement rating in the entire park. I would not be surprised if this is the first ride in the park to go over 9 excitement. It probably won't, since the drop isn't too tall, but it's not impossible. And especially if I start to decorate it, it might actually go over. Oh no. No. Dark brown's actually good here, yes. Yes, this is pretty decent. Let's make these brown as well. This is a custom park. Yes, it is. Oh, hey, Seaweed Bear. We. It's not a we, it's a W. Welcome to the stream. I remember doing a presentation on the WWF in second grade of high school, and it was a pretty good presentation, except that I said we F. It just makes sense. In Dutch it's V and W. In English it's V and W. Why? Why not we? That makes no sense. I remember ranting about this before. I'm pretty sure I've told this exact story on stream before. Holy damn, that's 10.43 excitement. Damn. This is easily the highest in the park. Is that a single guest on a boat? Nope. It's Gillian T and Carmela R. Better make a long queue. Yeah. I really should. Will this be long enough? The boats at the back of the runner are hitting it will eventually get stuck. They won't get stuck. You can't get stuck on this ride. Because every part of the ride has a forward speed. So even if it breaks down, it will just clear out. As a minimum speed, so that's fine. Okay, let's get to decorating this with actual jungle and dinos. Can I play dinos on here? Yes, I can. Okay, that's ugly, but I can get rid of supports. So let's start by placing some dinos. Yeah, seeing guests all dive into a queue is pretty cool. And wow, it's actually getting overcrowded here. It's this popular. Everyone is heading for it. That's what new rides do. Holy damn. Whoa. This is actually insane. Like there's 200 guests waiting. Wait, no, that's the guests on the ride. Never mind. Wait. Okay, there are 4 empty, which when I change the queue line. There are 254 guests waiting. Ooh, what if I overflow this? Does it? Okay, it still shows to 70 here. There are some places that it overflows. Maybe it's here with customers on ride. No, I can't charge for it, sadly. What's actually the top speed? 133. Damn, that's high. Is that the fastest? No, it's not the fastest ride in my park, I think. Wait, what's the top speed of this thing? 136. Okay, it's not the fastest ride of the park. But it might just be the second fastest ride in the park. If I'm not forgetting any. No, I don't think I am. It's the second fastest ride in the park. And it's a splash boat. It also has a ride duration of 8 minutes and 16 seconds. Which is quite long. Okay, let's get back to some dinos. You can place these here. Sort of an arch that you go through. Wait, is it me or is it... Does it seem like this doesn't... Like it's higher now? Oh, they're not exactly symmetrical. Huh. Think the dinghies are stuck again? They might just be... Yeah. Okay, I can fix that really easily. I'll just... Oh, whoops. I need the cheats on. I just need to make this faster than 62. If I just make it 65, then it will have a smaller chance of getting stuck. Second fastest, yet its average speed is a slow jog. Yeah. Well, 4 kilometers per hour, that's below average walking speed. So it's not even a slow jog. Jogging at 4 kilometers an hour, which is less than 3 miles an hour, is not... It's really difficult. Okay, I need to disable clearance check so I can sort of half bury them into the mountain. where it still looks good. Oh, the times and the average speed, they don't correlate at all in this game. That's kind of broken. Okay, so if we just have a group of... Yeah, shut up with your ice climbers. It's a dummy ride anyway. So now we have a group of dinosaurs, which are supposedly T-Rexes or, well, Allosaurus maybe, attacking this Apatosaurus. And then we have some Triceratopses here as well. Okay, I'll fix the Apatosaurus. There we go, no longer any support. Here we have some little dinosaur action going on. Okay, how many? 422 people on ride. That's about 7.5% of all the guests in the park. Okay, so it no longer overflows. It used to overflow somewhere, but they fixed that. One downside is that every guest will think, I want to get off of Jungle Runner. Because they start thinking that after about 5 minutes 40 seconds? Something like that. Nope, it's not the day I usually stream, but it is a holiday and I like streaming. LOL. We're in the splash boats train. Chugga chugga choo choo. I love this. It's so slow. It's going at 0 kilometers per hour. Rounded down. Well, it's not overcrowded. How many guests are thinking about overcrowdedness? Only 374. Which is not many, considered I have 20 times as many guests in the park. Overcrowding becomes an issue once about 1 in 5 or 1 in 4 guests are complaining about it. Oh crap! I still had 0 clearance on. Okay, I gotta remove all those trees on the tracks. Be careful that I don't remove any dinosaurs. I don't really want to place them again. I even placed this tree inside the dinosaur. Okay, so I do miss the zoom levels because I had already become quite accustomed to that. Especially because it was so easy with the scroll. Maybe I should... No, I should not bind the scroll wheel to... Oh, I actually can't remove the dinosaurs. Oh, I can remove those dinosaurs. But some I can't remove with that because they're considered big scenery. Which is useful. I hate removing a dinosaur when I'm chopping trees down. I know, right? So relatable. Happens to me every day. Okay, now 0 clearance is off. Let's get back. I like how the jungle here just changes into icy trees immediately. It's not very realistic. There's still a tree at the bottom of the lift hill. I don't see it. Or did you mean another lift hill? I don't see it in any lift hill. Oh, 5 tiles from the bottom, right there. Yes, now I got them. Thank you. Okay, now some more trees. And some of these flesh-eating plants. We'll just make a fake jungle. And we'll do some of these, which gives some nice color. And yes, we will hire more entertainers here. I haven't seen the tree placement tool. Well, we were talking about going back to older builds to reduce the lag. And you can go very far back and still have this tool. It's quite old in Open RCT2 and it's pretty great. It doesn't make the most realistic forest, and if you want to actually make the most realistic forests, then you still need to, you know, place the trees one by one. But if you're lazy or you're not good at building realistic forests and you want something that looks okay, then you can use a few different tree types. Use this tool and it'll work. For example, I've built this forest with that. And it doesn't look great, but it looks okay. And this jungle probably looks better because jungles look better than forests. It's snowing. Well, not here sadly. It's way too warm for that and it's raining. I can't remember the last time we had a white Christmas. It might have never happened during my lifetime. I'm actually not sure. I do remember having a white New Year's. I also remember having a white Easter once, which was odd. But greetings back to Michigan. I remember it snowing on Halloween once. Well, depending on where you live, that's either very weird or it might just be expected. I mean, if you live in Svalbard. Okay, let's add some paths so that we can add some entertainers. Okay, let's move that down a bit. Ah, Washington DC. Yeah, no, that's not too far up. So I got some fun facts for you, and it might surprise you guys. If you compare where London is to where, or not London, where Europe is to where North America is, latitude-wise. Because Rome is about the same height as New York City. Which you might not expect, but it is. And all those cities like Austin and New Orleans and, you know, all that kind of southern stuff is somewhere in the Sahara. And London is, I believe, roughly the same height as Toronto or something. Or maybe even Anchorage. Let's do an elephant. And let's do a gorilla here. No, a tiger. We already have a gorilla. And now we'll make the path pieces invisible. Oh, he was actually able to walk off of it. Because I put the path too far in the ground. See, footpath, delete. Oh, well, Make invisible. You, get back here. He'll just be a bit floating, it's alright. It's good enough. This is actually not a bad guest sink. Just having it filled up with guests relieves the overcrowding. And it's funny that you only need to have a small number of guests less in your park or on the path to have a large number of guests stop complaining about overcrowding. It's just like traffic. If you remove 5% of the cars from the road, traffic jams will go down by much more than 5%. It's a huge difference. Ooh, we got a park with the best gentle rides. I know, right? Just look at this prison ride. It's so amazing. You can't get better than this. Or how about... Yes, the space rings, the rainbow rings. It's so amazingly good. Mine train never got named? Really? Oh, it didn't. Well, we probably did pick a name for it, but I think I just forgot to actually apply it. So, do we have suggestions? Entertainers help with long queue lines. Yes, I should put an entertainer in that long queue line. Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. That's more fitting for a very long car ride. I suggested Diamond Pickaxe. I like that. Yours Train Coaster 1. That's also not bad. We've got 2 votes for that so far. I might do that. Yeah, let's go with that actually. It's a nice sort of pun. As is minor inconvenience. Okay, let's put an entertainer in here. This fits perfectly. This with the 4x4 area where it can go. It's right on the corner. Which is nice. Okay, yeah, we're obviously losing guests because we're not advertising, which is fine with me. Because I don't care about the number of guests I get in this park. Okay, this is nice and jungly. Let's build a path around here. What about a couple of queue-line TVs? Yeah, but those are ugly. So I don't really want to do that. Okay, I'm not sure where I want this path to go yet. I kind of want to build a path through here. Yeah, let's do that. I could do an overview of the park. One issue is that if I did that every time that someone asked, which happens fairly often, then I would end up doing like 5 overviews every stream. Which is not all that great. Okay, we've got disconnected. And I can remove this as well. But I'll do a little overview now. Okay, save game as version 4. Wait, save game failed. Excuse me. I can't save. Wait, that would be an issue. Can I override this one? No. Do I have autosaves? Okay, it apparently is autosaving. Let me try. I'll start up a second version of the game. And I'll open one of the autosaves. Let's see if it... Ah, you're now hearing the intro sound through the... Oh, wait. The save did not fail. It's actually there. It just said it failed. Hang on. For example, if I choose save game, it is there, version 4. Make sure it's not corrupt. Alright, I'll start up the other version again. Let's see if I can load it. And I'll disable the sound. Okay, yeah, loading it doesn't work. But what about the autosaves? Yes, the autosaves work fine. So that's all perfectly fine. And I autosave every 5 minutes. So we have nothing to worry about. Because if I look at the last autosave, the path is already there. The extra path that I built through the ride. And that is why I autosave every 5 minutes and keep the last 200. Yes, the stuff I've just done loads perfectly. This means I can go 1000 minutes in the past. Like this path was already there. So, we got nothing to worry about. Let's do the benches. That's like 16 hours. Yes, I wonder if I load the most recent of the one most in the past. I'm probably like the first version of this park or something. Like doing the first live stream. Although sometimes I just keep RCT on running for like half a day when I did something. I just haven't quit out of it yet. I don't have partner, which I don't stream enough for, which is also partly why I'm streaming more. Now. Yes, I do have partner numbers. But you need to stream 12 times, I believe, in a month for that. And currently I'm at like 9 times average in a month. Ah, hey Max Arceus, welcome to the stream. Yeah, well, I actually did expect to be streaming because I wanted to stream more often. But I did not expect to go live this late. You can blame my brother for that. You might remember when he called me yesterday during a stream, causing all you guys to think that you got a Discord call. Which was funny. Yeah, I'm on winter break. Let's see. I could build a spiral slide. Do I already have one? No. Or I might have. I might have named it. But let's build a spiral slide here. But I don't think I have one yet. Ooh, what if we let... 30 people at the same time on the ride. I mean, it's not gonna happen, it's not popular enough, but the idea is fun. Let's make it a bit more jungly themed. There we go. Let's make this do jungle drums. And it's time for a drink. Gotta get my alcohol, I'm not doing this shit sober. That's some strong stuff. Okay, let's continue with this area. Also, before anyone thinks I'm actually drinking, it was just water that I drank. I barely ever drink alcohol. I shouldn't build path yet, I should build the thing first here and then build path around it. Alright. I think this is about done now. It looks well decorated. And now, let's build the next ride. What do you guys have in mind? What are the stats? Oh, they're extremely high. 11.09 excitement. 6.73 intensity and 3.36 nausea. A boat hire, I already have one. It's called the Titanic Rescue Mission. Well, at least you have the game now, Gran Turismo. But yeah, the old CD copies and stuff often don't work anymore. I've already lost mine many years ago. At first I downloaded it illegally. A couple of times when I got the new computer every time. But once I found it on Steam, or on Good Old Games actually, I just bought it and, you know, kept with that. Yeah, my CD doesn't even, well, my computer doesn't even have a CD drive anymore. I don't need it. Suspended Mini. Alright, why not? I have it available because I have every coaster available. I already have a hairpin coaster, right here. Or harpin. Maybe I will regret telling you guys that in the future. That I used to call them that. Okay, we'll make this a bit of, well, kind of trying to make it swingy through some foresty bit, like, or woodlands, not necessarily big forest. I wonder how good I am at building these. I will probably underestimate the friction at some point. Meaning that I have to redesign it because I won't make it. You know what? Let's just already test it. Do you know if RCT2 can work with the CD game? It should. If you have a CD, then it should work with that. I believe they put a lot of effort into making it work with pretty much every version of the game out there. So question. Why does this coaster not have helixes? Just like the swinging suspended coaster has. It would be perfect for that. But no, it's a stupid coaster type. God, I hate this coaster type. It's just got so few options. You have no steep hills, no helixes. Only S-bends, not even brakes or a photo section. You have almost no pieces. You can even count the number of pieces. You have 7 here at the top. Then you have this piece. Then you have this piece and this piece. This one, and this one. That's another 6. So then you get to 13. 14, 15, 16. And then the chain lift one, which is 17. I believe it's just 17 different pieces. Which is not a lot. You know what? Let's actually try to count all the pieces on a relatively simple coaster, the looping coaster. Let's see how it compares. I have not seen Google's logo today. Let me go to google.com. I actually never go to Google. Ah, as I expected, it's a Jupiter Saturn thing. Oh, that's cute. Nice. So, let's try to count the number of pieces on this. It was 17 on the minutes suspended. So, we got the station. And we got this one. Then we have all these pieces. Like, these are all separate pieces. Because you have level, level to gentle, gentle to steep, steep. These are gentle up and steep up. You know, and then you got back to level again. And then you got the same thing downwards. Then we have brakes, booster, which is not in the original game, so we might not, we maybe should not count that. This thing, block brakes. Then you got an S-band, another S-band. And you got this one, this thing, this thing, this thing, this one, this one. That one. And then we can just, you know, for all these, just do it times 2 for all the turns. For the banked turns. Then you got this one, this one, this one, this one. Actually, we can probably, yeah, we can do. We can do these 7. We can all do times 4. Because they all exist in this state, this state, this state. Wait, it's not just times 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possible states for these 7 track thingies. So that's already, we can do 7 times 7 there. Then you have this one, this one, this one. Wait, no, that's the same one twice. And this one. Then you have the same banked. And banked in 2 ways. So we can do this one and then this one, this one. And then you, of course, have a steep turn. And then lastly, you have the helixes. I think that's about it. And then I need to count them all. And make sure that I don't count double. So we start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so we have 20 here. Oh, I forgot about the loop. Right. We'll add that later. We have 20 here, but then we have 7 pieces that we can do times 7. We've already counted them once, so we add 42, 7 times 6, which is 62. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turn pieces, which can exist in 3 states. Normal, banked left, banked right, which is another 18, which is 80 in total. The same goes for the turns up, which is another 4 that can exist in 8 states, or sorry, in 6 states. Now, namely up banked right, up banked left, down banked right, down banked left. So it's another 24, which is 104. Then we have the steep turn, which is another 2, it's 106. We have 4 different helixes, which is 110. And then we have 2 loopings, which is 112. And then we also have 6 different chain lift pieces, which is 118 different pieces, if I did not make any mistakes. And it's probably not far away from that. Oh wait, I actually forgot some still. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 times 2. Wait, 6 times 2 is 12, plus a 13th is 125. Uh, 135, 125, 126, 27, 28, 29, 130. I hope this is correct now. At least it's many more than this, like a factor 8. We did forget some. For example, we forgot this one, and you can put chain lift on some. So this will probably be around 25 or something. But the difference is massive. So sorry for that detour, but I was suddenly interested in that. Let's continue this now. The difference is about a factor 5, factor 6. But even if my calculations aren't entirely correct, they'll probably be close enough. But 130 pieces is a lot. More than I expected, to be honest. Let's go for summer style. Which coaster has the most track pieces? Well, let's count, shall we? Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. It would take forever to count all the Twister coaster pieces. But I suspect that it's the Twister coaster. It has a lot of special types. It can go vertical. You can do banked. You have like this strange piece. Hang on. This one. You have a lot. So I think it's the twister coaster. Either that or the multi-dimensional, but that one does miss a lot of turns, like banked turns, so maybe not. LIM, maybe as well. Okay, let's do a bit of a woodland here. You know what, let's actually make a lake. Just a small one. Reverse freefall coaster. Is that it has 4 track pieces. God, I dislike the reversal freefall coaster. Actually, I don't. It's not the one I dislike most because it has a clear gimmick. The mini suspended coaster is just so boring. What's up, Sanry? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, stop with the notifications about the no path. We need... yeah, we need some kind of different tree. I like this one. This probably is a forest that could never exist in real life. Considering these trees probably live in very different locations around the world. Let's do a birch as well. It's 11 AM here. Yeah, it's 11 PM here. Okay, that was just a lazy job. But hey, it works. And now we got a small forest. A little bit of reeds. Let's see, let's do a wooden entrance. Okay, I'm ready to take suggestions for names for this ride. I think the color already fits fairly well here. Yeah, I don't think I need to change that. Alright, see ya, count based. Have a nice dinner. So, name suggestions. Forest the Glide, the Throughput Throttler. Oh, speaking about that, I need to reduce this. Which means that it'll throttle the throughput slightly less. Hangman. I like Hangman. Yeah, let's do that. It's not really foresty, but this is a generic scenery piece anyway. Ooh, I forgot something. I need to make this half so that it looks more jungly. There we go. That looks better. And we'll do a little bit of this once again. So that it looks fairly intermingled. Just a casual couple hundred people slowly ascending a lift hill at once. It's a bit sad, if you think about it like that. It's a very slow lift hill. I wish you could increase it, but you can't even with cheats do that. Okay, we'll extend this foresty area once we've built some flat rides here. You could launch it, but then you need to... No, actually you can't launch it. Even if you launch it at max speed, it probably won't get launched fast enough because the boat is so short and it'll just slow down anyway. Can you build a dangling coaster, which means that you're sitting in a chair with your feet dangling? How do you even pronounce all that? With the random caps. And, no, I don't get the reference. Let's do the benches and the bins. There we go. And now I think I'll build another path upwards. I'll first build it this way. Then from here I'm going up. Actually, let's do this so that we can have a bench in between for the guests that need a little bit of a rest. Halfway. Okay, this is a problem. Or, well, not if we go this way. Okay, I don't think... Yeah, this just about doesn't fit. That's not a problem. We'll just do this. Alrighty. That's another path to the top. And of course, let's not forget the path ornaments. And then I'll build some extra rides here and make it a bit nicer. Build a huge chair that goes up the hill with a huge stair that goes up the hill with no benches, and at the end there's a stand-up. That's just crude. Cruel. I'm not that cruel. Let's do a top spin. I don't think we have one of those yet. I really don't... Well, I do like and don't like top spins at the same time. In real life. Because I do appreciate the thrill that the ride gives. But for some reason, and I only have this with the top spin, I'm always terrified that my restraints will just snap loose and I'll fall out of it. Which happens, of course that thought happens most when you're hanging upside down and you know, you're just hanging your restraints. And I only have that with the topspin. I don't have it with any other ride. Like coasters, I'm fine. Just not with the topspin. I'll still go in it. But I don't like it. What did you miss? You missed a splash boat and a mini suspended coaster. So not that much. Let's now add some more trees. Maximum throughput and minimum throughput, basically. Although the splash boat doesn't have maximum throughput. How many guests per hour is it at? Only 2,100. You can build a single station coaster with more than 5,000. So it's not even close to being the maximum throughput. Alrighty, now some bushes. Some of the other bush. I think it was this one. Will you demonstrate? Sure, I can try to build a coaster with an extremely high throughput. Should not be very difficult, actually. Okay, I like this forest. No, I'm not going. I was going to put a fountain in the middle, but I'm not going to. Let's hire some more mechanics. Because 15 is not enough. They can just about keep up, but the problem is there is how spread out the park is. Let's double that. Yeah, see, Mr. Bones' glitchy ride hasn't been fixed because there probably wasn't a mechanic close. So I wonder, let's advertise, I wonder how many guests we can get in this park. Yesterday we talked about the sprite limit and how it's 10,000 or 9601 in reality, and it can get even lower once you get other sprites. And I have quite a lot of coasters with other sprites and stuff and stuff. So the sprite or the guest limit in this park will probably be below 9,000. Not probably, I can guarantee that. I once, the first time that I tried to get as many guests as possible, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get to 9,000 guests and all that kind of stuff. I did not know yet that trains and stuff impacted it. I thought it was just only a guest limit. So I built the park and I tried to get to 9,000 guests. But it just didn't happen. In fact, I built so many coasters with so many trains and cars that my guest limit dropped to below 8,000. And that's when I found out that that didn't work. Which is quite a while ago now, because back then I even still built double, or in that park even triple paths. Which I don't do anymore. Haha, boat 7. Oh god, the slide's stuck again. I was like, oh, it's boat 7 on this and it's just taking a long time. But no, it's the goddamn slides. Where are the slides? Here. This just keeps being an issue. Okay, you know what? I'm going to put some chain lift here as well. We need allow chain lifts on all track pieces. Although now it might... Okay, that chain lift probably doesn't help. Because just from this chain lift it won't go fast enough. You know what, let's just do this faster. Yeah, they can disable the sprite limit, but then you can't save a park. Okay, so this is ugly. So we're going to remove that. And now we're going to continue building this one. Disable clearance. There we go. Now it looks like normal again. But let's actually delete these two, because these three, because they're double. Okay, let's build a coaster with the highest throughput that I can manage. It needs to have a long station. And this is a nice area for it. And a lot of trains. Let's see, how many trains can I do? Let's do flawless. 5 trains. That's what I like to see. Don't forget to reopen it. That's not a bad idea. Thank you. No, that does not reduce sprites. Besides, you can't really make coaster cars invisible. You can choose invisible trains, but they're still sprites. Okay, this is gonna be launched. Because we need the ride to be over as soon as possible. And we also want a high excitement rating, just because. I'm really going to force the excitement rating up with a lot of inversions in a small space. Let's do a photo. There we go. This should have a fairly high excitement rating. Let's test it. Meanwhile, I'll bump up the excitement rating a bit more. With this. Sync. Sync. Invis. So now there's always a train. Well, it is 5.37 positive G's, which is a lot. We'll just call this one massive throughput, unless one of you has a better name, which is still referencing its massive throughput. We'll go standard rock style. The right screams station brakes failure crash. It's fine. So we're gonna need a long ass queue line to store a lot of guests. Luckily we have this area free. Actually, I want to make it finish there. There we go. That's the best I can do. And then we'll block off the exit path. Okay, what are the stats? 7.82, 8.88, 4.31. That's pretty good. Okay, can we advertise for it? Not yet. Doesn't matter, it'll probably be very popular anyway. Let's go. Let's see if it fills up and what the throughput is that we get. Default color scheme isn't too bad. Yeah, we're not gonna keep it. I'll keep the yellow. But this is a lot better. As for the blocks and 2 stations things, throughput would theoretically be the highest with 4 entrance and exit stations. Yes, this was deliberately one station. I have done, I think, about 19,000 guests an hour with 4 stations. With cheats where I just maxed out constantly the number of guests and number of guests in the queue line. I'm not sure, but somewhere around there. Okay, let's also, just in case it loads fast enough, make it depart as soon as possible. Let's keep it a 1 second, just because 0 is a weird number. Alright, it's quite popular. You can see it getting more crowded here. But it takes a while for all these guests to get here, but they are certainly going there. Although this ride is also still very popular, but it's broken down. When it's broken down... Oh, it actually just broke down because I just now got the message. The water still goes. Okay, is a mechanic responding? Oh god, he's in the queue line. But he's walking the right way, so he's not that far away. What if I just drop him here? Then he's closer, right? There are 2 mechanics here. One of you get it. Okay, this one got it. Yes. That was faster. Okay, this is working. They're entering the queue faster than they can load the train. Damn, new rides are always extra popular, but this is insane. We're not selling any photos. What if I make it $2? Will we sell any then? So I was trying to be clever, like, yeah, I'm going to put the entrance or the exit at the correct spot, but they're offloading right at the end. So that doesn't work. Yeah, they might already just already have some. Let's just make it 3 again. But if we look at this... Wait, no, wrong thing. This. There are definitely a lot of rides making a profit, so that is fine. Alright, see ya, Max. What's the most profit? Jungle Rumble. He's paid for himself just by ride photos. It sold 8,000 of them. An entrance at the back of the train should speed up loading slightly. Why? This is pretty optimal now, right? I don't think there's really a big difference between the exit and the entrance placement. Like the second or the third tile. Yeah, it is pay for entry, but I did cheat this money, so don't get any ideas there. Like, I'm not making much per month. Even though I'm charging 150. So how much are we on? 4,200, and it's probably still rising. They are definitely not loaded front to back. It's definitely random. Right? Or is it not? Yeah, it's, well, sort of random. Yeah, it looks random. And I think the exit and entrance placement, the second or third tile, are both about equally efficient. Okay, we're at 5,520 now. We've broken the 5,000. I believe you can't make it to 6,000. But it won't be a big difference. Well, currently I'm not selling any hats and shirts here. In fact, I'm selling red hats here. Let's just make this... Well, I'm already selling yellow shirts somewhere. Whoa, that's a lot of items. He's got a cuddly toy, a map, 3 on-the-right photos, an umbrella, a hat and a t-shirt. This guy got the same number of items, but he also got a balloon. Oh, in the park, yes. I thought you were talking about this coaster, because that makes perfect sense with the trains and the yellow. I'm also selling pink hats somewhere. Let's actually see, what kind of hats... Okay, we have 4 hat stalls. We have a red here. We have icy blue here. Pink here. And another red here. Let's make this green. And t-shirt. We have a yellow here. A red here. And another yellow here. I don't want 2 yellows. Let's make it blue. That's why we got a lot of yellow. We had 2 yellows and 2 reds for the hats. And 2 yellows for the t-shirts. $5,724. I think that's near the maximum that you can get with a single station. Alright, 84. 5800. Nice. Yeah, it's going a bit back and forth now. So this is about the maximum. 5750. Which is a lot. If you compare that, for example, to Jungle Rumbler. Well, it doesn't have full trains, but it has 1300. Or the LIM coaster, which is at 1100. The Floorless, which also doesn't have full trains, is still 3000. Because it's a really similar design, it almost always has a train available. And this is, let me teach you something. I've talked about it in the video as well, in the 42 tips one. This queue is almost empty, but it's getting 3000 guests per hour. And meanwhile, a different coaster, for example the LIM coaster, which has a bit of a queue, only gets 1000 guests per hour. So having a longer queue, for example this free fall with 1100 guests per hour, a longer queue doesn't mean more guests. It all depends on the throughput. What's up, Mauricio? Ah, Mauricio is in the name Maurice. Nice. Welcome. Greetings back to Mexico. Alright, this thing is now at... Yeah, it's pretty much stuck here. But that's a lot. Which also means that you can fill up the queue line and not have it be causing any issues. Because the queue time is so short. We have 250 people just stocked away here, which is very useful. Alright. What to do next? Throughput is at about 5800. This ride is a good way to uncrowd path, as is this one. There are 496 people on the ride, which... Hang on. 31 times 16. Yeah, it's the maximum possible number of riders on this ride. And there are another 400 in the queue. I believe this queue has overqueued. Like... You know what, let's just do eternal ad campaigns. I can't be bothered with renewing them. Like, there's a certain glitch that happens that queues can get a higher capacity than usual if they fill up. I'll zoom in a bit and show you what I mean after I get done with this. Very much zoomed in. If you look closely, especially if they walk, you can sort of see that there are two different rows going through each other. Like, for example, in this bit, they're standing way too close. If you compare it to the end of the queue line. Which means that way more people fit in it. Hey, the tiniest park. Yeah, both are effective. And it's really nice. Okay, we've passed 7,000 guests. Now I wonder what our max is. Guests are still spawning. So far so good, but we might eventually reach our max. Yeah, I'm having to use the scaling factor because I went back to an older build. Because this has a lot less lag. But that means that the extra zoom levels aren't available. Because they got introduced quite recently. But I'm willing to sacrifice that because the lag was getting out of hand. There are extra zoom levels. Yeah, you can zoom in like what I just did, but without the scaling factor actually increasing. You can zoom in once more, which is this, which is, you know, this is very similar because the scaling factor isn't too big yet. With the extra zoom level, the scaling factor doesn't increase, so the icons stay the same size. And you can zoom in once more, which is this. And there it becomes really apparent that the icons are getting bigger. Alright. Oh wait, I forgot bins. But what shall we build next? Do you guys have any suggestions? It can also be something to do with flat rides. It doesn't have to be a track ride. Like an array of flat rides in a certain way or something. I don't know. Whatever tickles your fancy. Open RCT2 is coded in C++. Which is already less efficient than assembly. I do have a subway, sort of. I do have a monorail. Swing suspended, wooden side friction. I think I'll go with the side friction then. Yeah. Now the question is, where do I build it? I think I'll build it here, next to the mining area. Here you can see one of the stations of the monorail. Okay, so fun fact. This thing actually has steep hills. These were in the code, but they never got used in the original game. They've always been in the code. And OpenRCT2 added them. But another fun fact is that the uphill thing is utterly useless. Yes, the train sprite as well. Because you know that this coaster flies off the track if you go over a hill too fast. Well, the issue is you will fly off the track at a much lower speed on this steep to gentle piece than on the gentle to level piece. And you can't go slow enough that it won't crash and still make the hill. So yeah, what Sandrisa is saying, you literally can't use it without it crashing unless you cheat like a chain lift on this or something. But the downhill still works, which is nice. Yeah, that might have been why they got rid of it. Oh, wait. There we go. Some nice diagonal action. I don't know if any side frictions went that steep. I don't know either, but I also don't know if any stuck dinghy ride ever leaped over gaps. So we don't need to worry about realism. So if you think about positive aspect of ride types, then there are quite a lot of useless ride types if you purely think about stats. The mine ride, or the mine train coaster as is, completely useless. Wooden coaster is just better. Let's see, what else? Corkscrew coaster is not entirely useless because of the tiny. Hairpin coaster, pretty useless. You know, you got the Wild Mouse coaster already. This thing, throw it out. But they do look cool, which is why it's good that they're still in the game. How about this elliptical turn? Oh wait, it's already crashing somewhere here. Wait, where exactly is it crashing? Oh, thank you, Elixir. Is it just at the top of this hill? Yeah. Still going 50 there. Damn. I might be able to solve that. Right. Let's see. There we go. It actually solved it. And since it's really soon after the first drop, having guests on it will not add too big of a difference. Because it's only a very short part on which it has been able to slow down. So I hope that this will run fine with guests. And if it doesn't, we'll find out soon enough. Oops, that's not a queue line. Alright, let's open this. Let's see if this queue is still full. Yes, it is. It's getting a lot of gas, already almost 3,000. Technically, I could simulate it with load. I could make it with the console. But then I would have to know what the number is of a load with guests. And I have no clue. So I can't really do that. Let's have a look at which rides have had the most guests. So if we look at customers per hour, there's one. Whoa! Hello, Mr. Monorail. Wow. Well, it does have 4 stations. Which massively helps. Okay, now we just get to the middle, but it's underground, so that doesn't help. Well, one of the stations is close to here. It has a massive capacity and 4 stations. We have Mama Luigi Spaghetti, which has had almost 40,000 guests. Treehouse Madness, which we already looked at. And then the Log Flume, Jungle Rumble, Jungle Runner. May I ask what massive throughput is? I'll tell you what it is. It's true. We'll look at that soon again. Okay, total customers. Mama Luigi Spaghetti is at the top. But Monorail 1 is doing not far behind. But Treehouse Madness is really close. Then Jungle Rumble is of course high. Because it's old. And then we got mostly some other older rides. Accelerator is old. Log Flume 1 is old. Azure is fairly old. Which rides had the least guests? A couple with 0, of course. Yeah, these all... I would like to be able to go by our guests per year. Okay, the Dinosaur Egg ride is fairly old and it hasn't had a lot of guests. As is the Snow Cubs ride. Oh, the Rainbow Rings is very old. It's only at 2,700 guests. It's only getting 200 per hour. This is massive throughput. It's just a constantly loading ride. Welcome to the stream, Fenrir and De Berg. I hope you have a good time. And this is Dentist's Nightmare. Which is a candy-themed junior coaster. Oh, the safest park in the country. Yeah, we haven't had a crash in a long time actually. This bobsleigh hasn't crashed. Despite you guys insisting it would. Particularly on this hill, I believe. But it doesn't. It just doesn't. What's the speed there? It can go up to 50, I believe. Ah yeah, the brakes really do their work. And this ride is stuck again. Does it just always get stuck now? Why is it stuck with empty? Okay, we know that that doesn't work. Whee! These are... They are going to die. There's nothing they can do about it. They will all die. Whee! Boom. I can save them. But I'm not going to. RIP my park rating. Can I still save them? Yes, I have saved them at the very last minute. But 4 people on their train didn't make it. They already exploded. Yeah, this is not great for my park rating. It'll go back up. What if I broke up a family? All the better. I can fix this. There we go. Let's actually double close, test and do this. Okay, let's now, because it already had gotten stuck before with empty dinghies, which is weird. Because usually it just gets a lot of guests on it. Oh! The lateral G's are too high. Now. Which means it's way too intense. But where? Okay, it is the first turn. Oh, it's this turn at the top. Apparently 62 was just right. I wonder what exactly the speed is at 62. Or the G's, I mean. 2.80. It's exactly on the edge. And just on the right side of the edge. It is red. But it gives no penalty. For some reason. Well, I know exactly how it happened in the code. Is that for the check if it's red, they probably put is bigger or equal than 2.80. And for the check if you get the penalty, they probably did only is bigger than 2.80. So that's the reason. Well, then we'll just have to deal with the fact that it gets stuck sometimes. Well, it also did with the faster chain lift, so it's just what happens. Anyway, let's get to decorating this thing, which is apparently safe now. Good. Let's make this another Roman themed. Just random Roman stuff. Because why not? Some fountains. Why not? Fountains are cool. There we go. That might be enough fountains, I'm not sure though. And now let's do some random sort of buildings. Peak theming, yeah, I know, right? I'm the perfect themer. I'll do 2 of these, like, building thingies here as well. There we go. Yeah, it was only going just too fast. So, now I just removed the... Or, I made it 1 higher. So it's not too fast anymore. Let's build a Roman thingy with no entrance. And some statues. Of some beautiful people. Some pillars. Because that's Roman, right? Very Roman. Can I put statues on top of the pillars? If I do that. What if I... Okay, so that won't look good. No. That's a rip. Okay, let's put another Colosseum right here below the turn. And some fences here, because that's Roman, right? You know what? This entire turn can go through one of, you know... Yeah, this is very Roman. Oh, and it's getting popular now that it doesn't crash. Who would have thought? So I think this is about finished. Now maybe we have some nice trees with a bit of Roman colors. You sound like an out of touch marketing director. That's what I'm going for. Like, how do you do, fellow kids? A tree inside the Colosseum, why not? If there was a coaster that crashed on its first ever ride, I wouldn't go on it. I would. But only after millions of people had gone through it first without it crashing again. But then I definitely would. Okay, let's do a classic. Holy lag. When I drag this around, you get a lot of lag. And I already knew about that actually. I've seen it before. Let's do a Ferris wheel array. Well, these will all be called Amity Airfield. I think this is from when I built the 42 Ferris wheel array on Amity Airfield. No, actually it's not. It's when I tried to beat Amity Airfield with only Ferris wheels. Which I didn't succeed at, by the way. It was a total failure. Okay, I think 8 is enough. Okay, the boats are stuck again. How is it stuck so often? It can't break down that often. Right. Or can it? Oh, maybe it does break down that often. Remember when I said last stream that a higher chain lift speed leads to more frequent breakdowns? Well, that ride has a very high chain lift speed. So it might actually just keep breaking down. Yeah, so it probably doesn't make too big of a difference when you're like 6 or 9 kilometers an hour. But if you want to minimize breakdowns, you should minimize your chain lift speeds. I think I should make another food court somewhere here, because the closest one is already there. You know what, I can make it on the other side of these exits. Ah, the quantity of the chain lifts as well. Well, I have 2 chain lifts on that right now. So now it breaks down more than ever. Park with the best roller coasters. Are you sure about that? One of them crashed. Those poor people on the river rapids spinning around. Well, they chose for it all by themselves. Let's make this all... No, that's ugly. I don't think we have purple heads yet. And let's do this one. Light pink. Ah, one boat was just spinning. Well, rip that boat. Oh yeah, I should open it. Sadly, I can't synchronize them. I totally would have forgotten about it. Luckily you guys didn't. Okay, let's try to select all of them again and make it a bit rainbow-like. Okay, let's actually put them in order so that it's easy for me to do. Let's see, number 2 here, which is actually number 3. And then number 4. And I still need 5. There we go. Yeah, you can't have the same ride name anymore. You used to be able to, but you can't now. So, only one of them gets to keep the name that I saved it with. Okay, let's start with dark red. Let's then go to red. To orange. To yellow. To green. Wait, that's 2 greens. We need to go to blue. Then to like violet or well, or sort of purple, and then, you know, darker purple. Maybe even dark pink. Yeah, this is rainbowy enough. Good enough. Right? It's a combination lock that's spazzed out of control. Pretty much. So this is my standard rainbow with just 1 color extra on each end. Although not exactly my standard. Yeah, I usually use this purple. Maybe I should use that here as well. Yeah, that's better. So I wonder if we... Oh, now it's stuck in a different place. Lol. If we just watch this, can we actually see it break down? I wonder how long it would take. Wasn't it said at one point that the Ferris wheels are just bad for the park? I don't remember that. They're not good. But they might be. But I still like them. Because they look nice. I kind of want to just catch this in the act. Also, we have almost 8,000 guests. Which is a lot. It's a shame that this graph doesn't go above 5,000. This top thing is just 5,000 and it just stays there forever. So they got upset because it lasts too long. Well, let's see how long it lasts. Okay, it doesn't say. But we can keep an eye on the guests that are on it. So currently no one is thinking that they want to get off. I kind of don't want to move away from this. I kind of want to see it break down. But we can look at all these graphs and stuff and all these info things to still keep it interesting. Ooh, this is new. Ooh, we'll just take a look at the map. Okay, I want to have the map opened a bit more centrally. If I just open it at this position. And then drag it down. Yes, now you can see the entire map. This is pretty cool. I just delete this, delete this. This is a pretty massive map. And you can see the hill nicely. And here's the future area, the space area. So I believe, yeah, there's a different map. Which highlights rides, food stalls, drink stalls, souvenir stall, info kiosks. It could have done with some different stuff. For example, for different kind of rides. Because stalls is only a tiny bit of your park. And all the rides show up at the same. Yeah, Aqua Park can have a ride get stuck. But I believe only in RCT1. I don't think that's possible in RCT2. It is really cool, this map. You can see all the guests move around. And I believe if you select one... Like, I know there are certain things that if you, for example, look at something, a lot will highlight on the map. But I forgot how that works. There was a certain thing that would highlight on the map. Hang on. Okay, that's searches. Yes. Now you can see all the guests that think this thought and where they are. Like, these are pretty spread out. But too crowded, you can see that it, on some path it just doesn't happen. It's very localized around mainly the jungle runners. There you have, I want to get off jungle runner. Which is of course very localized. Oh, it's broken down. Oh, now they're all stuck here. It's broken down very recently. The thing is, being stuck here is not a problem. If this gets fixed quick enough... See ya, Mike. If this gets fixed quick enough... Now actually, it's not an issue. No slide has gotten stuck. No dinghy has gotten permanently stuck. Because this is just at the start of a chain lift. So that works. Like, this guy will fix it probably. Yes. Then everything will just start up again. So it's possible for it to break down without it being an issue. God, the reliability... 0%! I have never seen that before. Well, if that's not proof that rides with a higher chain lift speed break down more often, then I don't know what is. This is cool though, this last turn. You can't deny that. Let's actually take a look at the reliability of our rides. We have some old ones that are pretty unreliable. Okay, this one's back at 16%. Jungle Rumble, yeah, but this one's very old, so naturally it's more unreliable. But its downtime is 0% instead of 36. For example, if we look at downtime, it's by far the highest. It's at 36% compared to 11 for Mama Luigi Spaghetti. That's a massive difference. Imagine having a ride in a theme park that was down for 3 hours every day. Which is about a third of the time. Or if it's open for longer, including evenings, then it's like 4 hours every day. That actually happens. Probably. I've heard that like coasters like King Dakar, like hydraulic launch coasters, often have a lot of breakdowns. Yeah, Top Thrill Dragster as well. Now the question is, how long does it take before the next breakdown? And another question of mine is, how many more guests will fit in this park? Because I'll tell you, it's not a lot. We're close to the sprite limit. Actually, before we get there, let me max out the staff. Just in case we get to a point where we can't hire any more staff. There we go. We maxed that out. And this one is already down. Oh, it's up to 21% because it got inspected. Oh, that's a bit fast. You can just see it go down. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. The bar doesn't even go down any further. Should break down any time now, right? It's just 4%. It's at 0% again. Oh, it's broken down. But once again, at a perfect time that it doesn't mess it up. Have a dedicated mechanic. That would help. There we go. Okay, this time he is not cold. Which is not a problem because it's not in a failing state. But the next time he will be cold because he is the closest. Always. And yes, I will make one lonely guy mow the lawn. Let's actually take Handyman 69. Oh, he's right at the entrance. Wasn't he closest this time as well? Probably just about not. Alright, have fun mowing the lawns. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? You are. Good boy. Okay, this thing is not as popular anymore, but it's still getting 4,000 guests per hour. It still hasn't been fixed. Oh, it was already at the next message. Where is it? Oh, now it's fixed. And this mechanic is now also inspecting it. So it will be inspected right on time every time. Meaning that it gets the highest reliability possible. Because every time a ride gets inspected, the reliability goes up. At least the staff doesn't have emotions. You realize how wrong that sounds out of context. Sounds like a Walmart CEO or something. Our staff should not have emotions. They should be robots who work 365 days a year. Without extra pay and hazard pay and whatever. Quitting staff in RCT3. I didn't know that was a thing. Actually. I might have never abused them enough. Alright, I'll do a little tour of the park for the people who haven't seen the park yet. At the start we have an area with some stalls. Which is nice, and some foliage. Then we have some Ferris wheels. A magic carpet with some flowers. Then we have a jungle themed wooden roller coaster called Jungle Rumbler. With some entertainers. Acting as jungle animals. Then we have Accelerator, a launched LAM coaster. A teleporting go-kart which somehow defies laws of physics. A big Treehouse Madness floorless coaster. We have a monorail going around the park. Here we have the Titanic and the Titanic rescue mission. Very important. A graveyard area next to a mining area. No, the entertainer does not affect the guests on rides, only in the queue lines and on the paths. With a mine train coaster, here we have a newly built Ferris wheel array. And a Roman themed side friction coaster, which we still need to name. Then here we have Mama Luigi Spaghetti. Don't know why I say it like that, but it just sounds right. Which used to be the ride with the highest excitement in the park. Then we have a Haunted Mansion ride with some more graveyard, dead tree stuff. A log flume, nothing special. Dentist's Nightmare, which is a junior coaster with a candy theme. Then we have Azure, which is a blue icy coaster. We have the problem-causing Slidey McSlideface with a big jump. Then we have Saturn and Jupiter, named after the conjunction thing that's happening today. Which have some gaps into the void. Which is the only custom scenery in the park. Then we have Massive Throughput, which has a massive throughput of about 5,800 guests at the max. A hairpin in a nice deserty themed area, which is currently broken down, unfortunately. With a pyramid. We have Hangman, which goes through the forest. We have the ride with the highest capacity in the park, which is Jungle Runner. And it also has a quite low satisfaction, but a high popularity. It's the most popular ride in the park as well. And then all that's left is the big ass hill, with ice climbers to the top, then a bobsled, coaster all around it, and an observation tower. And that's about it. I don't think I've forgotten anything, right? Well, some flat rides here, but yeah, they're not too important. And we have a little, what's it called, jumping fountain area here. And then I think that's about it. Yeah. And I think that's also about it for this stream. We streamed for about 2.5 hours, a little bit longer. But it's 12:30, half past midnight, which is fairly late. So I'm going to call it here, and I'm going to check before I quit. Thank you very much, Alexi, for the sub. I'm going to load up the last autosave. You guys won't see it, but I'll do it on a separate installation. Holy lag. Okay, we got the Ferris wheels, we got that. Do we have the mechanic? We have the mechanic. So yeah, that works fine. I mean, it's from 27 past 12 and it's now 29 past 12. Okay, for a fun thing, before I go, let's actually do a comparison between this and the newest version of RCT2, of Open RCT2. Look at this. You know, we can fast forward at level 4 without too many issues. It's fairly laggy, but it's still, you know, you can still do stuff. But now, I'm going to quit. Now I'm going to start up the most recent version. Now I'm going to load up the most recent autosave. And this is the lag we have. Let me enable sound. It's fairly fiddly. There we go, 1%. This is the lag at just normal speed. This is at 2 times the speed. This is 4 times. And this is 16 or 8 times. You can't do anything. So, yeah, even this is all for a stream. This is nearly unplayable. Which rendering method do I use? I use OpenGL. They all lag. I've tried this before. It doesn't make a difference. So, I will find, as usual, a Roller Coaster Tycoon Twitch streamer to raid. And maybe, if you guys like them, you know, stick around for a bit, you'll have found a new streamer that you can watch. Let's see if we got any. Okay, that seems to be Russian. That's maybe not the best idea. We got one with 2 viewers here. Let's rate her. No idea what she's like. But let's just give it a shot. Alright, I've typed in the command. In a few seconds we'll raid a streamer called Ace Trainer Cassandra. Thank you all very much for watching. And I will see you in the next live stream. And be nice to her. Have a good night.